I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous, down wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit, nose diving in the house and woo. Watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare, I'm a line, but the winner about the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now, so I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwin' the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this piss poor. I got too much I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money statement I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out the stands.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, man, we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And guys, Mafia, we are getting a little bit of a move up on Bitcoin into some very, very key levels of resistance. Are we about to see 44 to 45K come in here for Bitcoin? And then the bigger question is, are we going to see that roll back over at these key levels? We're going to be taking a look at all of it on tonight's live stream. We're going to be talking about not only how high we can potentially take this pump, but why I am being a little bit cautious as we get this move up here. And probably what people would be most interested in, exactly what I will be looking at to either look for a short position or sit on my hands and wait for those higher prices to come in to potentially break that yearly high. We're going to be talking about the key levels above the yearly high in case we do break it. So we're going to be preparing you guys, getting you ready for the week of trading ahead of us. So if you guys are not already in the Bitcoin long that we had to set up in for the premium Discord, if you guys are not in that position, hopefully we can give you some information on here that can give you a little bit of insight into where you should be looking for your next trade. So guys, smash that like button. Did I just get assaulted by this microphone? But smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get will get you guys a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure on Friday to add it to our giveaways. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, guys, I will be adding, let's say, 3 Frankie Candles hats to the giveaway on Friday if we get 550 likes. But let's see who we got here in chat. We got B-Rad Crypto. What is going on, bro? We got French Toaster checking in. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk, Deep Eddie Crypto, Tyler Durden, Chemistry Bro. You guys know who they are. Go show the mods some love. There's Crypto Billy popping in. Show them some love in the chat, guys. They help me out endlessly with this YouTube channel, so please show them some respect in the chat. These are the made men and women of the Candle Mafia. We got Blue Punk Rocker in the chat. What is going on, Punk Rocker? Good to see you in here. Said I'm in a 50x long. LOL, BTC, LFG. Shout out to Punk Rocker. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Congrats on your gains. Let's get it. Let's see. We got Darren Does Things, as always, saying big up, Mod Familia. Shout out to Darren Does Things. We got Tony D with, what is that? Shout out to Tony D. It's $1. Is that a super chat? Is that a super... Shout out to Tony D, guys. I don't know what that is, but shout out to Tony D. I appreciate that, bro. He's just like tipping his boy. He's just like, hey, bro, great work up there. Here's $1. Keep it going. Shout out to Tony. Donato Cabrera in the chat. We got Eric Bonici. Tony D just dropping dollars in the chat. Tony D, I don't know if you're getting it twisted, bro. But we are not in any kind of club here, and my clothes are on right now. So I don't know what's up with all these dollar bills. But shout out to Tony D. Said, oh God, Tony, if you send those a little quicker, I might just start like, oh God. Once it starts bouncing, guys, there is no stopping it. Shout out to Tony D. I know he is cry laughing right now behind the computer. But shout out to everybody in here. Yo, Tony, what is going on, bro? What is going on? He really wants me to twerk it for a real one. Well, guys, if we hit 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream, I may or may not twerk it for a real one, which I guess in this case is definitely going to be Tony D. Shout out to Tony D. What is going on? But Donato Cabrera, thank you for being here, guys. We got Pong in the chat. We got Crimson Caravan Company. We got Bitfrog. We got Dave Digital dropping the singles as well. Should we... Okay, maybe at the end of the stream, guys. Maybe at the end of the stream. I don't know if you guys are ready for that. Oh, God, I started a nightmare. Here we go. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into Bitcoin. And maybe if you stay for the Frankie Fake Out, you may be able to see what those dollar bills are capable of. But guys, let's go ahead and jump. Shout out to everybody for these like dollar super. Are these super chats? I don't even know what they are. But shout out to you guys. I really do appreciate you. I don't know if I practiced my twerking enough here. But hey, if you stick around to the Frankie Fake Out, you never know what you're gonna see. But before we get into figuring out what to do with all these dollar guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the Bitcoin price action and see what we got going on. So let's go ahead and jump into it right now. Let's get it. So You guys are too much. Shout out to Captain Kirk and Crypto Billy. Dave Digital just continuously chucking them there. Yo, you guys are insane, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on. Twerking challenge at the channel. Shout out to Raul. I don't know. I can throw it back, but I don't know if I can throw it back as good as some of the competition at Frankie Candles here. But guys, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts here, let's take a look at what we got going on because we do have some specific stuff to look at. Shout out to Dave Digital dropping another $1. You guys are really looking for the bottom to come in here. All right. Back to the TA, guys. Let's see what we got going on here. Obviously, guys, we are getting a little bit of a push to the upside, and in today's live stream, I want to answer a few questions. Can we come up higher, and if so, how high? And more specifically, if we see a very, very bullish scenario play out, if we break the yearly highs, where can we be looking at above to potentially look for a rejection back to the downside? And just in general, how likely of a situation is that to happen? Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. Now, if you guys remember from last week, we were looking at some very specific stuff on Bitcoin. As we had gotten into, or in the premium Discord, we had a long setup from the lows here as we deviated below our volume profile. Shout out to Dave Digital and Creighton. So you guys are hilarious. Oh God, Dave's really. Guys, stop! I'm trying to do the TA, and the bottom it just takes over, guys. I'm not gonna be able to hold myself in the seat here if you guys. I'm gonna just start bouncing off the screen here. Shout out to Dave Digital, Crypto Pollo. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, "Does Frankie's milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?" I guess we'll have to find out. Yo, this is crazy. This is like a ton of. I just feel like I'm getting rained on with dollar bills here. God, guys, I'm a person too. I am not just a piece of meat, guys. But anyway. As we were looking down here, guys, we deviated from this volume profile, and this is where we were looking for a potential long position in the premium Discord, or the kitchen, as I like to call it. And I am actually in this position right now as we speak. I thought I was in on TradingView here. Let me pull up the actual trade for you guys. So here we go. Entry at about $39,982. Up about $157. Now, guys, the confirmations for this long position were actually not all there. There were some kind of wonky confirmations on this long. So very nice to see this play out as we expected it to. But simply put, guys, the thought process behind this trade was that we were deviated below our volume profile, which is typically where we look for longs. And obviously, when you deviate above the volume profile or above the value area high, this is where you want to look for your potential short opportunities. And then down here is where you want to look for your long opportunities. And simply put, guys, we did a few things down here, right? Now, we got the move to the downside into a very key level of support, which we had been talking about on this live stream forever, ever since they were created, which I believe was back here. And those key levels, guys, are the local naked points of control sitting down here between 39.6 and 38.775. And simply put, we deviated below the range. We put in some bullish confirmations here. You can actually see even on the local, on the 1 hour time frames, you could see we were putting in bullish divergences here with our momentum waves coming back to the upside, with our price action continuing to the downside, giving us that pinch point, which is a bullish divergence into a key level of support, which is sitting right here at the naked point of control. Now, not only was this a key level of support to look for a long on, guys, but this was also a big reason why we were expecting price to actually come down here. If you guys remember, back when we were up in this piece of consolidation up here and even down here, I was simply not really interested in any trades at that point, right? Because we know that the real trade opportunities were up here at the macro golden pocket for a short. And then as we are in the middle of the range, I typically don't like to trade in the middle of a range, right? Because the higher probability positions are either at the resistance level, which is the value area high, or the support at the value area low. And understanding that we have these naked points of control as well as liquidity sitting below our range low, which is sitting right here, right? We knew we had liquidity from the people who were longing the market down here. Their stop losses and liquidation levels were below this point. letting us know that not only does the liquidity act as a magnet, but so do these naked points of control. So I simply was not interested in any trades within this value area, and instead I just waited for the deviation into our key level of support, and I waited until after all of the longs were already wrecked, which happened right here as we hit those liquidations and stop losses, right? We got all the longs kicked out of the market. We hit that key level of support. We got some simple confirmations here. Granted, if I typically look at 3 confirmations, right? If I like to see 3 major confirmations, guys, there was probably only like really one confirmation. We had the bullish divergences. We were at the key level of support, which you could kind of consider a confirmation. But as far as the order flow, this was kind of a little bit of a wonky confirmation trade, right? Like there wasn't this was not screaming, hey, this is a moonshot long. But we did know as we were undervalued below the value area or below the value area low, we knew we could look for long positions in here. And it was so unclear that I actually didn't even enter on the divergence. I actually waited for the bounce and longed a golden pocket retest, as well as a Lux Algo Smart Trail retest. If you guys remember, I have actually talked about this many times on the channel, where you could use, one of the big ways I like to use Lux Algo, guys, is to get in on retests, right? So once you get this push to the upside, you can see your Lux Algo candles turn blue, indicating bullish market structure and a potential change in trend. And then basically what you look for at this point is a retracement. Knowing that your candles are green, this is kind of letting you know that you're safe to look for longs. And then on a pullback, even if your candles turn purple, basically what you're going to be looking for is a pullback into 2 things: your smart trail, as well as, and it's a bonus points if you have this in confluence, but you're looking at the smart trail / golden pocket retest. And at this point, or in this specific scenario, we came down right into the golden pocket and the smart trail, and then this is basically where I was looking to enter. I actually didn't get filled until about up here, but this is basically what I was using to enter that trade. A little bit of a difficult position to enter. However, and again, kind of, in my opinion, to be quite honest, obviously we have seen it play out pretty good here, but in my opinion, guys, I wouldn't have been surprised if this wound up not playing out. But simply put, we got back above that value area low, and as you guys know, on Friday we were talking about, or I think it was Thursday, we were talking about if we were to, or maybe it was Friday, if we flip this, if we're able to hold above this value area low, we are simply going to look for a move to the POC and potentially the value area high, which is simply just how we handle the volume profiles in general. Shout out to 12 Big, said dollar bills, y'all. Shout out to 12 Big, and he dropped $2 bills. Shout out to you, bro. Man, some people in here want me to shake it. I don't know. I mean, I'm flattered, guys. I'm flattered, but I kind of feel like I have a lot to live up to now. I got to get that BBL. Anyway, continuing on. Hey, what's going on, Crypto Anon in the chat? What is going on, bro? Good to see you in here. Shout out to Crypto Billy and all the mods in the chat. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Golden dropping a couple dollar bills. Wow, you guys really want to see what I got here. Shout out to Golden, bro. I appreciate you. And hey, like I said, stick around for that Frankie fake out. You never know what you might see shaking. It might be, you never know. Shake it good. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. Yo, you guys are crazy. Anyway, all right. Anyway, guys, back to work here, guys. Let's get serious. You need to get me too excited, and I'm not going to be able to contain myself. And before you know it, I'm going to be doing a handstand in the Frankie Candle studio here, and then Tony's going to fire me. But anyway, taking a look here, right? So we were able to get that position. And we got back above the value area low. As long as we remain above this value area low, this was kind of the sentiment on Friday, we were looking to come to the POC, which we actually wound up getting yesterday. Beautiful push up to that point of control. And now, guys, we are squeaking just above this point of control. Now, this is on the Bitstamp chart. I do want to point out, if you are looking at something like the Bybit chart, this level is going to be slightly different for you. You can see the POC on Bybit is actually a bit higher. So just keep that in mind. However, either way, we are going on Bitstamp. We are above that POC. So the next likely stop, shout out to Creighton C. Is Creighton C in the chat right now? Creighton C, if you're here, please show yourself, because I'm about to ask the question that only you know the answer to. But as you guys know, once you get above that value area low, where is that next place for price? Yo, shout out to Dave Digital before I even asked. He says POC. Once you get above that low, guys, you're looking for that move to the POC, which we saw on Sunday. And now that we're above that POC, could we potentially get a move up to this level right here, which is coincidentally at $44,300? and it is also our value area high of the range. Now, I want to talk about the two the way I am handling this price action right now, guys. So like I said, I am obviously in this long position, up 156%, and I am going to be looking for this to potentially ride us up to the value area high. Shout out to BingX, guys. If you want to sign up for BingX and long or short your favorite coins or Bitcoin or your favorite altcoins with or without leverage, go ahead and check out BingX, guys. They got Forex, they have stocks, they have everything. We have links in the description to help you guys get a deal on your fees or bonus funds. Tony D, actually, do we have a deal with, what's the specific, is BingX doing anything specific for us? Right now, let me know if you're in the chat, which means he always is, as you guys know. But if you guys want to sign up, link in the description down below. Obviously, we will get a kickback for this, but if you like the free content that we put on the channel and you were able to get into any saucy trades based off, not that you should trade this information, but if we were to help you learn how to get in and out of these trades in profit, go ahead and if you guys are looking to sign up for BingX, it would definitely be greatly appreciated if you use our link. If you don't, that's fine. You could go to bingx.com. It doesn't make that big of a deal, that big of a difference to us. But let's see. But let's continue on here. So obviously, guys, just based off our volume profile, we are going to be looking for a potential move up to the value area high. This is the next logical target, in my opinion, right? And I like to keep it as simple as possible on this channel, guys. I don't like to super overcomplicate things, and I think I may have been doing that a little bit with the naked points of control and the swing failures and the liquidity. But I don't, I was talking to the Premium Discord about this. When in doubt, guys, simply look at your volume profile. We are just simply holding this long. I am holding this long until we potentially get to this value area high. Now, again, I may actually wind up taking a little bit of profit sooner than that. Just to lock, I haven't locked in any profit yet, and I would like to take. I usually take profit around the POC, so I may take profit there. But I am going to let the rest of the trade ride up for this value area high because, simply put, that is our next logical target. You go from the value area low to the POC, you get above the POC, you look to go to the high. And, again, shout out to the volume profiles. I hate to say this all the time, guys, but, this is like we look at these things for a reason, and it's because they are so dang reliable. We don't just sit here and say, hey, guys, very likely to come up to the POC, and I'm just randomly gambling on that, and I'm like crossing my fingers saying, I hope that POC gets hit. It's just simply how things work, for the most part. Not 100% of the time, but oftentimes you see this play out. But if we come up to this value area high, guys, we have to be a bit careful. And there's a couple of specific reasons for that, right? So let me pull up our object tree here, and let's pull up some of these other key levels. Now, at this value area high, you can see we do have a fresh daily level at $44,193, just in almost perfect confluence with that value area high. And this is, I believe we also have a weekly we have a weekly right here. I believe we have a weekly MPOC somewhere up in here as well. Let me actually go ahead and let me pull up those naked points of control. And let's see. Do we have a weekly? No. Okay, so we don't have a weekly MPOC, at least on TradingView. Let me check Exo charts real quick. Actually, bear with me, guys. Yeah, so our next, okay, yeah, so we don't. But you have this fresh daily level here. Let me turn back off that indicator, come back down to a lower time frame, and zoom in there, right? So you have the value area high. You also have the fresh daily level here, which is going to give you some pretty good confluence. So as we get to this level, guys, just in general, right, what do we do at the value area highs? We simply are going to be looking for short confirmations, right? And if we can get those short confirmations, we look to short this back into the range, go to the POC, and then eventually get back down to the low. So that is going to be how I am handling this. But just to kind of show you guys that confluence, you have the daily, you have the value area high as well. Let me just label this real quick. And then on top of that, guys, if we pull from the low to the high, just above this level is kind of that next key target, in my opinion, right? So if we hold above this POC, I'm looking for the daily / value area high at 44K to get hit. If we wind up breaking over this level, right, you have to understand, right, if we get up to this level, we are going to assess the situation. And oftentimes, guys, if you do not reject the value area high like this, you will get that deviation like we did right here, before coming back into the range to the POC and the value area low, as well as right here before we came back into the range and went right to the POC. You can see that not all the time we don't always come back to fill the whole range, but you oftentimes, if you get the confirmations, will almost every time see a visit to at least the point of control, which is usually the first TP anyway. So, oh, shout out to Golden. Unbelievable. This man is unstoppable. You absolute legend. Shout out to Golden. Let's go. Bing bong. Gifting those memberships. Let's go. Drop that golden emoji if you just got one. Shout out to Golden. You are this YouTube channel, and I am forever grateful for you, bro, and forever indebted. Thank you for all your support. Yeah, Crypto Billy, you get one, and you too. Shout out to Snapper Sniffer. Shout out to you, bro. We got Lego my sats. Welcome to the Mafia. We got Jake, welcome to the Mafia. We got Jax, welcome to the Mafia. We got Rona, what is going on? James, shout out to you. Let's see. We got Luca D. Shout out to Luca. That's Tony's cousin. We got Taco Crypto. We got Carlos Angel. And last but not least, and this isn't everybody, obviously, but we got Trevor. Shout out to Trevor. Welcome to the Mafia, and congratulations on your free gifted membership. And shout out to Dave Digital said, I'm going to assess your situation, big boy. Shout out to Dave Digital. Dave, put those singles back in your pocket, my friend. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you so much, bro. You guys are out of control. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. But guys, just like we deviated above this value area high and got sucked back into the range, we could look for not only the rejection off the value area high, but the deviation outside of the value area, which brings you to our next key level of resistance, which sits right here at the golden pocket, sitting at $45,000. And this is going to be that next serious level of resistance, because as you guys know, when we look at the daily time frame, you guys are very familiar with the fact that our money flow is generally trending to the downside. So I want to be very clear. Right now, I am expecting higher, as we just stated, right? But with the money flow on the daily continuing to come to the downside, potentially indicating a longer-term downtrend to come in soon, we have to be aware of the possibility of this move up being somewhat lackluster to put in a lower high at one of the very key levels, which could be the value area high daily that we just looked at, the $45,000 golden pocket retracement, or even potentially the 786, which sits a little bit closer to about 46,797. So if this daily money flow is going to play out as we would expect, coming to the downside, crossing into the red, creating a bigger downtrend, this could be where that lower high comes in, somewhere in this zone. More specifically, I have my sights set on the value area high golden pocket retracement, because as we know, as price comes down, if you retrace, the golden pocket 786 is more often than not the area where you put that lower high in. And real quick, I do want to show you guys something that I was looking at with the premium Discord. I actually found this by accident. I didn't realize this was going to play out so perfectly. But if you come back here to 2019, where we had the very similar situation where we got the pull or the push back up to the macro golden pocket right here, right? This is basically the same situation. All-time high, bear market bottom, bear market rally into the macro golden pocket. Very similar to what we saw happen right here. All-time high, bear market bottom, bear market rally into the macro golden pocket, which we rejected right here on the ETF approval, right? But what is actually very interesting is we have a very similar situation right here that is happening. It's very similar to the situation that we have happening on the current price action, right? And bear with me here, guys. This is very interesting, and this is important, right? So one thing to realize, I'm going to come back into bar replay mode, and I want to be very clear. This is just about the same exact situation as we are in Bitcoin right now. We've rejected the golden pocket, and now we are somewhere over here, right? Just kind of ranging around. And what would you have been looking at on the daily time frame, right, while looking at this, right? Well, you would see that you have a big bearish divergence on the daily, right? So you have higher highs on your price action, kind of a stretch there. Lower highs on your momentum waves, red dot prints. This is somewhat bearish, right? You would think to yourself, hey, daily bear div into key resistance, probably going to get a pullback. You would have been right? You got at first immediate pullback, and then you kind of range around a little bit, come down a little deeper, and this is kind of what I want to talk about right here. So you reject the golden pocket, you range around, right? And now this is kind of where we would be looking at a volume profile in here, right? And is this starting to look familiar? Right? And then we would be looking for probably a swing failure pattern of these wicks here. Price breaks down. And at this point, look at your daily money flow, right? Pay attention to your money flow. This is important, guys. This is how we interpret money flow. Look at your daily money flow. Your daily money flow is starting to trend down here, indicating what? Exactly. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company, indicating a longer-term downtrend because the money flow indicates the longer-term trend, and the green dots and red dots just indicate the ups and downs or ebbs and flows in the market. I always say green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot. But the money flow crossover indicates the entire trend. So a money flow crossover is more of a long-term bullish signal where the green dots are very local, right? So this green dot maybe give you a little move up, but then you're going to get a retracement back down. And with money flow continuing out like this, our thought would be, hey, this is somewhat bearish. We may be able to continue down in a more macro downtrend here, right, based off money flow. But as you come down, you might be looking at this green dot on the daily as a local bullish signal. And the way you would handle this, or the way I would personally handle this, is, hey, money flow is coming out on the daily. This could be a macro downtrend incoming. But look at the VWAP on the daily, about to print this green dot. If I know that there's a green dot about to print here, I know that that is locally bullish. So we could get a local bounce here. So I wouldn't be instantly shorting because we broke support, but I would simply let this daily green dot play out and say, hey, if this gives us a move up, what will we expect? And I bet a lot of you guys are thinking to yourself, like, I know what I would expect. And what you would expect based off money flow is, sure, the green dot will give you a move up, but it's going to be more likely a lackluster move up to potentially put a lower high in and continue to the downside. Now, where is that lower high likely to come in? Well, it's probably going to be likely to come in at your golden pocket 786 retracement, as we typically look for. And you can see you got to move up, right? You get the retracement to the upside. Indeed, would have been a horrible place to enter a short, right? And that's why we wouldn't have entered a short, because we had the green dot on the daily. And sure, you could have longed this, but you would have understood, looking at your more macro outlook, understanding the macro analysis is more bearish because money flow is trending out. You would look for the rejection at the golden pocket, understanding that if this was going to be a lackluster pump and put in a lower high and continue to the downside for a macro downtrend, this would be likely where that lower high would come in. You test that golden pocket, right? And then you wind up getting the dump, right? I'll just hit play on that to let it come back. So there you go. And what happens? Money flow crosses over into the red, and the macro downtrend begins, right? So you have you put in your lower high, and then you have a lower low, and then lower high, lower high, etc., right? I don't remember exactly how low we went, but that is kind of a very similar situation that we're in right now. We're kind of in this scenario where we're getting the move to the upside and being very cautious of the rejection from the macro golden pocket. And the way this lines up, like so similarly to what we're seeing right now in our current price action, is nothing short of eerie. But it does not mean that we are guaranteed to see that happen. And do you guys kind of see how we're playing that out? How this all looks very similar? You have your macro golden pocket rejection here. You come down. Daily green dot gives you the retracement, and we are looking at the golden pocket 786 and the value area high for a potential lower high. And if that money flow crosses into the red, you could bet your bottom dollar, if this crosses into the red decisively, that is likely going to cause a downtrend, right? But there is a line in the sand where we look higher, guys. Right now I'm locally bullish on Bitcoin, right? I am, again, bullish, looking for this and this to get hit, right? And again, this is coming in at 44.3 I would call this between about 44K and about 45,350. That's the next major targets. And don't forget your 786 up here. However, if we come up here, guys, remember, we are level to level traders. We let the trades come to us. I did not take willy-nilly trades in the middle of the range. I waited for the bigger move down to test our key levels of support. This takes discipline. You don't take the random trades in here, right? Why would I take a long in here if I didn't think it was going to trend up? Why would I mean, you could get little scalps, but if you're not scalping, there's no trade to take here for me. I am simply sitting on my hands and being patient. I don't care if I'm not in a trade for a day or 2 days. I'm simply waiting, right? If I'm not in a short from the top, typically we are, right? You're in the short from the top, and then you're just letting your trade play out, waiting for the next key level to get hit. And because we knew we had the liquidity and the naked points of control below, this was going to attract price to the lower levels, and this support is much stronger than just being in the middle of a range in the middle of nowhere, right? I'd rather come down to this strong support, find a local entry signal, and get into the trade, which again, we are on right now. We are in right now, I should say, right? Up 155%. Not taking a random trade in the middle of this range and then getting stopped out and then trying to take another long here and then getting stopped out. Skipping all that noise and all those stopped out trades to wait for the higher probability position. And again, like even here, it wasn't the highest probability, but that's the benefit of waiting for strong levels. Even though we didn't get all of our confirmations here, we still got a pretty strong bounce, probably because of the fact that this is very strong support. I think I said resistance before. But anyway, So I just want to be clear on like why I would like we simply wait for the trades to come to us, right? So with that being said, if we continue up to the value area high, this is where I am starting to assess price and see if we can get those short signals to take a short position, right? If we do not get those signals and things are still looking bullish and we're looking like we're probably going for the 786, this is kind of the point of invalidation in my opinion, right? And it's kind of twofold here. So I put your headphones on, put noise canceling on, because there is a little bit of minutia here. I don't think that's the right word. But anyway, this is the next zone, right? If we break above that golden pocket and we come to test the 786, we have to get above this box. If we can get above this 786 / value area high of this little local area of consolidation, this is where I am looking at this as, hey, we could be invalidating this, and we may be able to come take this high, right? Sitting at 49K. And if we do that, there are some very key levels of resistance above us. And what are they? Simply put, let me see if I have them on this chart. I don't know if I have them on this chart. Bear with me. Nope. Bear with me. There we go. Bybit value area high. $54,000. Now, there are some other levels within here. However, you have to remember, guys, if we come to the Bybit chart, just like on Bitstamp, actually, let's show that first, right? Just like on Bitstamp, we went from the value area low to the value area high. You guys will be very familiar with this if you watch the show, right? Simply put, when you zoom out and take out all the noise, we went from the value area low to the POC to the value area high. Now, this is typically where you look for shorts or look for resistance. However, and again, I will say, based off money flow on the daily, we won't be able to know until we come up into these levels and assess the situation. But as of right now, money flow coming out on the daily, if this continues, it is going to be the higher likelihood scenario that we roll over here and come lower. However, again, if we flip that 786, this gives us a chance to let's go to the Bybit chart, right? Look at the value area high on this, right? On the Bybit chart, you have simply put value area high sitting at 54.3. Well, I'll change that in a second. POC coming in at 47.4, and then your value area low coming in all the way down there. And if you look at the Bybit chart, simply we just rejected the POC, which means that there is a possibility, just because the money flow is coming out on the daily, which again would make it more likely to get that lower high to come in and bring us lower, potentially targeting some lower levels, 37, 34.4. I'm not going to go over those levels today, but we've gone over them many times in the past. If you go rewatch any of our live streams from the past couple of weeks, you will have those key levels of support, but which all remain the same as of right now. But we understanding that this volume profile, simply put, guys, if you are new to the stream, and you are not using volume profiles, I highly recommend you start to learn this stuff. I have plenty of free content on the channel teaching you guys how to use this and how to use it. Not only how to use it, but how to identify different types of volume profiles. They are not all treated the same. How to use it to actually incorporate it into your trading strategy. And if you get into the premium Discord, we literally show you how to trade my strategy, which is heavily involving the volume profiles. But looking at this, right, back to Bitstamp, you can see we went from the low to the POC to the high. But on Bybit, we only went from the low to the POC and then got the big rejection. So we have to be open to the fact that if the money flow on the daily fakes us out and comes back up into a bigger green wave like this, instead of crossing into a red wave, definitely a possibility. Like, trading is a very difficult thing, guys. Money flow, granted, money flow is goated. Money flow rarely ever lies, but rarely is not never. You are going to get false signals on any indicator you are using, and it's just a reality of the situation, right? Like, there's no 100% hit rate on any indicator whatsoever. If it were the case, no one would have a job. Everyone would be rich, right? You just set up a bot to buy and sell based off your indicator. That's not the case. But if this does wind up faking us out, I will be looking, if we come up to that 786 value area high of this local range that we just showed on the Bitstamp chart, this gives us the opportunity to crack above the POC and potentially shoot for that value area high coming in. Let's get this more accurately for you guys. I actually think I have to move this on the other chart. I don't think this is, yeah. So 54,439 is the more accurate level. So 54, let me change that on this chart. 54 macro levels. 54. There we go. It's going to be really hard to get that perfect. But 54,439. I'll just type it in. 54,439. Bada boom. So that's your buy bit value area high. So if we wind up getting a move above that buy bit POC, above that 786, and we make a move to break these highs, next significant target in my opinion, amongst other things. There are other key levels up here. We have some naked points of controls, as well as some other horizontals. But big levels going to be that buy bid value area high at 54,439, because again, once you break over that POC, I'll do it on the buy bit chart just to make it a little bit more simple. Once you break above that POC, we are expecting the next likely place for price to go. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Wayne C. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Flat Smack. Shout out to everybody who knows the answer to this question. The next likely place for price to go is going to be that value area high, just like we see happen time and time again on this channel when we pop up and we say, hey, Bitcoin got a little bit of a pump to a specific level, and it may or may not be the POC that we were looking at on last night's stream. It is oftentimes the case here. I'm not saying that we predict things 100% all the time on this channel. That's simply not possible. We are wrong sometimes. I'm wrong. I will be wrong again. But more often than not, if you've tuned into more than 2 or 3 of these live streams, there's probably been multiple times where we say, hey, that's weird. We're sitting at the level we looked at yesterday. And it's not because I'm the best, trader, best analyst in the world. I say this all the time. It is simply because of the TA, the sound data-backed analysis that we teach on this channel, so you can get all the noise of these, influencers out of your head who are just online for clout and to try to scam their audience for money. We give you the data-backed information on what to look for. It doesn't always play out, but numbers lie a lot less than people. So this is why we look at the charts, and this is why we don't pay attention to the news. Hopefully, by showing this on the stream and teaching this for free every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Mafia, hopefully you guys are able to kind of see through the BS, right? And you can see what's really going to happen, and you can, after a while, you start to realize, who knows what's going on and who doesn't. So let's see. So right to be wrong. Let's go. Shout out to Mike Bennett. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Let's see. Gen Z says ticker sign when. I'm pretty sure he's saying when moon. And I say moon on January 19th at 2:43 p.m. Bitcoin hits an all-time high. But get this, in the year 2035. I don't know what that. I didn't know where to go with those ticker signs. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Mafia. And with all that being said, shout out to Jay Gilly says, if you're wrong, I don't want to be right. Shout out to Jay Gilly, or Joseph Gilbert, as some of the new people like to call him. But shout out to Jay Gilly. We're tight, so I could call you Jay Gilly. He actually asked me to. Oh wait, is ticker sign when a real token? Is that a real thing? Yo, am I getting scammed right now? Let's see. Oh, when? Actually, when USDT? Well, if the question is when moon, it seems that moon was earlier today at 7 a.m. and when was very short. Shout out to Boots. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, when big boy TA, not a typo. Shout out to Boots, bro. Hey, Frankie Fakeout, you might find out. You guys might meet Frankie Big Boy. I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't want to amp up this fake out too much, guys. I'm probably not going to do anything crazy. But there were a lot of dollars flying around. I don't know. Those dollar make it. You throw enough dollars at me, I might holler. But anyway, guys, shout out to the CandleMafia. But let's go ahead. And someone said, look at the 6 hour on when? Nothing really to take away from this. It's just not enough price history to really do any kind of sound analysis on this. But it does look like it has... it's pulling back, money flow coming out, but not enough information for me to make any kind of sound analysis on this. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and check on Ethereum. And if you guys want to see any of your favorite alts, shout out to Dark Crash that went BTCTA right now, brother. But shout out to Maka says, or Mocha. Mocha? Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Says, thanks, Frankie. Love your TA. Shout out to Mocha. No problem. I'm glad you enjoy it. I enjoy it as well. That's why I do it for work. But with all that being said, guys, I'm going to check out Ethereum. If you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, go ahead and spam them in chat. We're actually going to do a little bit of a shorter stream tonight. Part of like a kind of slow shift that we're doing here. But we are going to take a look at some altcoins. So if you want to check them out, drop them in the chat right now. Spam your favorite altcoins in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what coins we're looking at. And while that's all going down in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and check out Ethereum. Rob, let's do like 2 or 3. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in on Ethereum. So to be quite honest with you guys, not much has really changed on Ethereum. Other than, I was talking to the Premium Discord about this earlier today. It's like, we've had stuff move, right? Like we had things happen over the weekend, but it was nothing it was what we were expecting. So there's not much. It's almost like, I hate days like this. It's bittersweet. It's like, it's nice because it's like, hey, we were looking for this and that's what's happening. But not much to say, right? Like we're just checking in like, hey, we were looking for a move up from the value area low. And here we are. We're getting the move up from the value area low. But just to break this down, the next target I would be looking at on Ethereum would be the golden pocket 786 retracement. But you got to be a little bit careful here because there's kind of two retracements I'm looking at. I'm looking at this as a local retracement. Now, this is coming in between 2431 and 2372. And this is kind of the first level of resistance that I am not in an Ethereum long. I am simply only in the Bitcoin long. But if I were in an Ethereum long, I would probably be looking to take some profit in this zone while at the same time looking for short confirmations. But the real, in my opinion, the saucier level to look at for heavy resistance is going to be the full Fibonacci retracement or golden pocket 786 retracement sitting right here, coming in at about, let me see, right here, between about, at about $2,500, right? So the 45K on Bitcoin is basically $2,500 on Ethereum. If you're looking at them like structurally, trying to like, Bitcoin hitting its like the golden pocket on Bitcoin from the yearly high all the way to the local bottom is at 45K. On Ethereum, that same golden pocket is sitting at 2,500. So going to be more of a significant level of resistance to watch in my opinion, while also being careful at the value area high because that local fib that we just looked at is in confluence with the golden pocket. So, or that golden pocket is in confluence with the value area high, which is again, generally remember, don't lose sight of the volume profiles. We simply look for rejections at the highs and bounces from the lows, right? This is why we're so successful using the volume profiles. But I just wanted to point out that there are more than one fib, right? So the full fib brings you closer to the previous value area low. So I would look at the golden pocket value. Actually, I would kind of look at it like this, right? So you have your 786. You have your 786 golden pocket. 786 golden pocket. These are kind of the major zones that I would look for resistance. The only caveat here, guys, is the fact that if we are to see any kind of news come out about the Ethereum ETF, as you know, it's kind of been floating around. It's been delayed, but the rumors are starting to float, and it seems that Ethereum has some of the buzz that Bitcoin had back when we were sitting down here, right? And even lower, right? Basically, this whole move was off of the ETF rumors, and then we got that rumor to be approved. We got that the ETF to get approved, and then it was just basically a sell the news event as we were looking for, right? But Ethereum is in a very similar situation sentiment-wise and even chart-wise. We are knocking on that key level, which is the value area low sitting at 2550, which is the doorway to higher prices. Because once we get above that value area low, we could potentially see ourselves fill that entire range up to about 3174 and potentially even higher. So that's essentially what I'm looking at on Ethereum. Very, very similar analysis as Bitcoin. And then, just looking at the indicators, money flow on your daily is also coming out for the most part. So we got to keep an eye on that. But also, something I don't think I really covered on Bitcoin that I do want to mention is the medium time frames. Another reason why I am still potentially looking to get these higher targets hit for my long position is going to be, look at the money flow on these medium hourly time frames, guys. 4-hour money flow crossed over into the green. 5-hour money flow is just crossed over into the green. And then that 6-hour is also just crossed over into the green with a fresh green dot confirmed. So this would indicate that the trend could likely continue up relative to the time frame. So on the 6-hour, we could potentially expect a little bit of a continuation to the upside, maybe hitting that $45,000 golden pocket. And then at that point, if money flow is in the green and potentially coming back out, that could help us understand if we should look for that short here or look to hold price hold the trade for higher prices. But this money flow, guys, like this money flow on the 6 hour don't look that bad, right? Just getting nice curvature, crossover into the green, not looking too shabby in my own personal opinion. But naturally, you are starting to create some bearish divergences with your higher highs on price, lower highs on your momentum waves. But again, as money flow is fighting against that, I wouldn't put too much weight on that, at least at this level, because money flow is fighting against that div. So maybe it gives you a pullback, but it's not like money flow is coming out consistently here with a bearish divergence. For strong bear divs, what you want to see is a divergence with money flow coming out at the same time, which you basically had right here, right? You have your higher highs on your wicks, and then you have your lower highs on your momentum waves, and money flow was also trending to the downside, right? So that is a signal of a strong top, where this has money flow fighting against the div, so you wouldn't really be betting the farm on it, in my opinion, right? So there you go. There is the breakdown on Ethereum with a little bit of a circle back to Bitcoin. All right, let's see. Shout out to Trond, just spamming the Frankie Candles face emojis. Just asking for GMX. I don't know how I could turn that down. Shout out to you, bro. We will try to take a look at GMX, and maybe it might even make it onto the list. Here comes the list. Here comes the list. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob and Chemistry, bro. There we go. Let's get it, baby. Pin it. All right, so there we go. We got ETH. Let's check out ICP real quick, and I'll do you one. I'll do you one, Trond. We'll add GMX to the mix here. But let's go ahead and take a look at ICP as we have actually a couple of. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so ICP, guys. ICP sitting right here. Bada boom. There we go, right? ICP came up, very similar to Ethereum, came up to this previous value area low of this range from all the way back here, right? So you have your, come on. You have your value area low. You have your value area low, your POC, and your value area high, right? So simply put, here, rejection off that value area low, but this is interesting, guys, because if you are able to make it back up here, which again, based off the daily money flow, I would be cautious of. VWAP, looking to print a red dot here, could be a lower high incoming. However, if you do get back up here, this is going to be your doorway to higher prices, right? It's your previous value area low or your doorway to higher prices, right? So get above here, hold this as support. Likely you'll see the POC and value area high come in next between 1676 and 2128. Now locally, are we coming up to any key levels of resistance? Let's pull the fibs from the high to the low. Full Fibonacci golden pocket 786 retracement comes in at 1365, and the 786 is coming in at 1489. So this would be kind of the full level. If we do continue up, this is kind of where I would seriously be looking for resistance. Flipping that 786 gives you the opportunity to crack your value area high, previous value area low, and get a bigger move to the upside. But being very, very cautious within this purple box between 1489 and 1368. And then let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, and you also have the value area high of this local range in confluence with that level as well. And let's see if we pull it. Yeah, so definitely, you could look for this to come up to your value area high, but that would be a full 786 retracement, which again, you would be cautious of because you are in confluence with your value area high and your 786. So those are kind of the levels I would look at. Money flow coming back up, but red dot looking to print. So this is generally trending to the downside. Turn off C cleaner. Take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, so very, very similar to Bitcoin. Medium hourly time frames don't look too bad. Money flow crossing over into the green. Nice little trigger wave here on ICP. With your anchor wave below that -60 line, trigger wave with your green dot. Sometimes that can give you a big move to the upside. But now you guys know if we continue up where you should be cautious, and not only where you should be cautious, but where you could potentially be looking for some more upside for ICP. We got to flip that value area low to support. So that's what I'm looking at on ICP. A lot of these coins look very, 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 very similar. Let's see. All right, let's continue on. I have an ICP short set at 1826, which I don't have a level there, but I don't have every level on right now, so there may be some kind of key level there. I'm sure you're looking at something. I forget who. I don't know who said that, but I'm sure there is something there. I hope it's a strong level of resistance, and hopefully you crush that short. Not too far off your POC. POC at almost 1676. Yeah, but there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Said he's got one at 700. Not a bad place to short. Not gonna lie. If this thing goes to $700, I'd probably be looking to short 700 too. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys, and check out SEI, as I like to say. I don't know what that was, guys. I don't know. Sometimes I say random stuff, and that's okay. I'm kidding, guys. I am on one today. Anyway, clip it. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out to anybody on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you might know where that's from. It's somebody says that. I don't even know what it means. It could be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Hopefully it doesn't mean anything bad, but it just goes, I don't know what it means. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I like it. It fires me up. And SEI makes me want to say it. Anyway, let's take a look here and see what we got going on with SEI. So let's see. Bada boom. Let's take a look at the local. I mean, very, very similar here. See, this is the Binance chart. This is probably what we want to look at. I'm gonna make a fresh chart here, and we're gonna do the Bybit chart. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we have a value area right here. Bada boom, bada bing, and we do have a little bit of okay. So playing with that previous value area low. So kind of tapping on the door to higher prices here, to be quite honest with you. Let's go neutral, and let's go ahead and value area low, POC, and value area high. Yes, Coin Watcher, shout out to you. Great idea. Great idea. Let me pull this up. So we're going to take the Frankie Candles Essential by Lux Algos. By Lux Algos, plural. By Lux Algo, and let me just make sure I got all my settings here. External. Let's pull it from Market Cipher B. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Let's check out the 1 hour. There we go. Bada boom. Okay, so. And by the way, guys, not too much changes here, right? Like, this is a typical volume profile. If you pull a regular volume profile on the Frankie Candles profile, you're going to get, like, the exact same levels, right? It's just a simple volume profile with added features. But, whoops, there we go, right? And it also auto-extends the value area low and value area high, which is kind of nice because when you do what we do a lot, and that's look at previous value areas to find current levels, it kind of just extrapolates the levels for you. So, and let me just turn off the, let me just quickly turn off the auto golden pocket because I'm not going to use that for this little batch of analysis. But here we are, right? And this value area low right here sitting at 666.01. This is your key level. If you flip this to support, that is what opens up the door to potentially come up to your point of control sitting at 72.5 cents. And, yeah, that value area low is going to be your key level. So let me grab that and go here and value area low. Let's see, POC. And then we will change this to value area high. There we go. So there we go. And, yeah, so what I would kind of look for here is, like, obviously you don't want to just long a pump like that, but if you were to get a pullback into your value area low, could be a potential area to look for a long. I'm not telling you too long this level. It's going to depend on a lot of things when you get down there. But, you know, this is kind of your local support and kind of the line in the sand, right? If you hold above this level decisively, come down, maybe you break it slightly. But as long as you're able to hold this level, that is what is going to open up the doorway to come up to that POC at about 72.5 cents. And that 8-hour money flow is just now crossing over into the green. And let's take a look at some of these higher time frames. Yeah, daily, 16-hour, and 12-hour, although slightly coming up locally. In general, you are getting your money flow to consistently trend to the downside, which could potentially be indicating a longer-term downtrend to come in. But these are definitely going to be the key levels that I am looking at. So POC at 72 cents. Value area high at 78 cents, and then your key level at 66.5 cents is your value area low, and the key level you need to flip to support before getting a big move to the upside. Let's see. Yo, Dave Digital said, "Where's the gerbil?" It was just here, Dutchy. Shout out to Dave Digital and Mark Dutch. Not 100% sure. What gerbil you're talking about, but do we have a gerbil in the chat, guys? Did someone bring their pet gerbil to the chat? I thought I smelled something. All right, let's continue on. Oh, God, you guys are funny. All right, let's see here. Shout out to Sonny. Let's go. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, my 38.6 BTC long on 50x position still going strong. Shout out to Sonny. Bing bong. Let's go, bro. All that money went off screen, but shout out to you, Sonny. I promise I threw it for your gains. And shout out to you, bro. Let's go. Not too far off of... Actually, yeah, you got a little bit of a lower entry than my original long. I am still also holding my Bitcoin long from 28.5. 28.8 is, I believe, that entry. So I'm holding a swing from 28.8 and a scalp that we got in on Friday. I guess it's not. It's more of like a intraday or a little bit of a shorter swing trade, I guess, at this point. But we got into that on Friday, and that entry was closer to about like 39.8. But yeah, let's go. Show Sonny some love for his win. Yo, what is going on, bro? Who's the gerbil? What is the gerbil? I don't understand. But hey, let's get it. But there you go, guys. There is SEI. That's what I would be looking at and kind of how I would approach it, especially using the Frankie Candles indicator. You can actually see we did get those sauce cans, but we did get one more dump down. I do just want to use this as an opportunity to push again that you should not be trading these sauce cans as signals. I know it looks like, oh, sauce can, move to the POC. And this is what it's supposed to signal, but that's not how you should be trading it, right? It's a confirmation signal. You should not be seeing a sauce can and then getting a push to the, like, you're not looking to enter on these sauce cans. They are simply just confirmation signals. So you're getting your confirmations, and then once those sauce cans pop up, it's giving you an idea that, hey, this is probably a strong bottom, and that is where we're looking to reclaim the value area low and potentially get back up to the POC. As much as I want to sit up here and say that my indicator is the all-seeing eye, and I know in hindsight, it does look, every time you get a sauce can, you get to move back into the range, which is, again, what it's supposed to basically signal, but you can't trade it like that, right? Like, let's be real. You're going to lose your money if you just blindly enter trades based off of a signal, even if it's I have every reason, even though this is free, right? Like, I don't gain anything from giving this. This is just to help you guys out as a community. But, you would think I would want everyone to use my indicator, and I do, but I'm never just going to push it as a get-rich-quick buy-sell indicator. If anyone is telling you that, they are literally trying to scam you. That's not how it works. But anyway, let's continue on. Yo, shout out to Tony D. Why can I like this? What are these little dollars? What are these dollars? And why can I like them? What is this? Very, yeah, interesting. But let's see. Do you have to pull the fixed range volume on every time frame, or can a higher time frame and use it on lower time frames? Yeah, shout out to Trevor Prosper, right? If you're on, say, the 4 hour, right, and you're looking at your range, right? Let's see here, right? You pull your range, bada boom, right? You got your volume profile. If you go down in time frames, it should just auto-populate, and you can continue to use it. Right now, as you move the time frames, you will see the levels do move a little bit. It's taking so slow to load. But, yeah, you can see the levels do move slightly. Look at that. This is what the confirmations. That is a beautiful, beautiful confirmation right there. Right? Same thing right here. Boom, right into the range. But even here, yeah, this is letting you know. Bullish divergence, money flow coming up. Bing bong. Not a guarantee that you come back to the high. But, yeah, you could go down to the Shout out to you. Hang on. But yeah, you could go down in time frames, right? If you go to the 24-minute, it'll just auto-populate. Now, if you do move, right, you might notice if you move to another time frame, the profile will not show up. It typically happens when you pull it on a lower time frame and then move up to a higher time frame, and that will kind of mess up the pull. But all you have to do, simply put, what I like to do, the easiest way to fix this is just click on one of the divergence lines, and you'll see your anchor points pop up, and then you could just simply tweak your anchor points a tiny bit, just move one of them, and it just populates again. But that only happens when you go up a time frame because you're pulled it on a smaller time frame, and then it's trying to load a small range on a high time frame, and it messes everything up. But if you were to pull on the 4 hour, right, like we did before, you should be able to go down to lower time frames and have no trouble having them repopulate. But shout out to the 813 people concurrently watching this live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. I don't just say that to say it. I say it because I'm a genuine, honest human being that would never lie to his audience. So I genuinely mean that, and I feel lucky to be able to do this. And I genuinely do mean that. But shout out to Crypto Billy and shout out to Moo. Shout out to Boots and Crypto Billy. And not to forget, Creighton C. I did. Let me go through some of those super chats real quick because I saw Creighton super chatted before. Boot said, "I lost my emotional support hamster. Sad day." Shout out to Moon Poop Boy. Well, let us know, bro. Is that? I thought it was a gerbil though. Hang on. Shout out to Boots. I thought it was a gerbil, brother. And then Crypto Billy said, "Stop asking. The inmates are rioting." Shout out to Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk is like watching the live stream, trying to like handle the inmates. Too funny. Shout out to Creighton C. Said, "Boots, where did you lose him?" Eyeball emojis. I don't know what happened to your hamster, brother, or your gerbil, but hopefully we can find him. And shout out to Jay Gilly. Says, "Don't lie, Boots. That hamster was your domestic partner." Shout out to Jay Gilly. You guys are too much. But before we check out GMX here, guys, let me just go ahead and check out the super chat. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, "Looks handsome. We don't need that chit chat. Turn down the lights. Turn up the def Turn up the Def Leppard and show daddy those big round calves, baby. Let's go." Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate you for being here, bro, and sending that super chat. And you never know what might motivate me to shake those calves on the live stream. Hey, you got to ask. You got to shoot the shot. But let's see. Coin Watcher, thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, can you do Cliff Notes 3 minutes on Frankie Indicator? What other free indicators should I use to start? Shout out to Coin Watcher. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to direct you. Let me pull up my face cam here really quickly because I don't know what I have up on Discord right now. And you guys know we are very, very careful about when we pull up this chat or this Discord on the live stream because if you guys tuned into the last time we did that, it was a dark stream. But what I will point you to is the announcement section of the Discord, the free Discord, obviously. Let me share the screen here. So you can see here. Where is it? Bada boom, right here. You could come here, and I'll actually put, actually, it's not going to work if I put it in chat, but come up here. January 16th, Tony shared a clip of me explaining exactly how to use the indicator. And if I could recommend another free indicator for you to use, brother, what I would say is volume profiles, right? And which this kind of kills two birds with one stone because it's volume profile plus the added features. So I would say volume profile. Other than that, another free indicator that I like from actually from LuxAlgo is the liquidity swings on LuxAlgo. That is another free indicator that I actually really like. Where is it? Liquidity swings by LuxAlgo. This gives you these swing points with volume metrics to let you know where you may or may not want to look for a swing failure pattern. But to be quite honest with you, bro, I'll be honest. Volume profile, whether you use the free Frankie Candles one or not, volume profile, that's like what volume profile RSI. Like if you don't have Market Cipher B or LuxAlgo as a premium indicator, I would say you could get very, very far. It's all you need. You do not need premium indicators. I want to be very clear. Sure, I use premium indicators, but I can use them. I don't want people thinking that you have to have premium indicators to become profitable. It's not the case. You could easily get by with this free Frankie Candles indicator or just the regular fixed range volume profile that you could use on TradingView like this and your RSI. So you would use the fixed range like I use it, right? And then the RSI would be where you look for your divergences like I do on Market Cipher B. The one thing you can't really replace, at least as far to my knowledge, right, is money flow, right? So the RSI is not going to give you the same money flow, and the Market Cipher B money flow is a big part of my analysis. So that's like the only thing that you can't get for free. But for honestly, bro, like fixed range volume profile, RSI, like you do not need a ton of premium indicators. Sure, it makes it so much easier and helpful. That's why I use them. But you could get by very, very far. If you do not have money to spend on a premium indicator, I do not want anyone thinking you cannot win trades without premium indicators. Not the case. RSI, fixed range volume profile, you can get 99% done of what I do with a RSI and a fixed range volume profile. Not everyone will tell you that, but it's true. All right, let's see. Shout out to Boot said, I don't judge my hamster gerbil by species. Yeah, okay, so it's a gerbil hamster, same, but different. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on. Thank you for all the super chats and all the little dollar bills you guys are dropping. You guys are too much, man. But let's go ahead and continue on and take a look at GMX real quick. So GMX, let's see here. Let's get rid of the volume profile and see what we got. Actually, let's not get rid of the volume profile, and let's just move the volume profile. So let's see. We got our lows here. Come up to a higher time frame. Come up to like the 6 hour. Kind of a wonked out range, if you ask me. Kind of rough. Maybe I would look at something like this. It's kind of a wonked out range, but yeah. Okay. You know what? I actually will take this. I will take this. So here we are. Bear with me while I pull some of these levels. I shouldn't have turned the auto fib off because now I'm pulling down manual fibs. What am I doing? But here's your key levels on GMX. And hopefully, I forget who asked for it, but hopefully they're still here. Because we did. If I say I'm looking at it and I don't forget, I will look at it. But there you go. Golden pocket value area high, obviously going to be a key level, but we are very, very, very far away from that. So what I would do, let's see, pull it to here. Bada boom. So these are going to be your key levels to the downside. To the upside. And obviously, you're going to be keeping a very, 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 very close eye on this zone right here, because this is your closest area of resistance, and in my opinion, your most important one, right? And why is that? Is simply put, because it is your previous value area low. And anytime we approach these guys, what do? We treat them as resistance at first, but we know if we get above them and hold above them, the next likely place for price to go is that POC. So if we were looking for a potential opportunity to get a move up to a, say, $51 GMX, we are going to be looking for a flip of that value area low from resistance to support. So that's basically what I'm going to be looking at, right? And for me, golden pocket value area low flip would be nice, but you got to get above that 786 as well. So I would definitely consider this entire pocket key, right? So it's like if you get above that golden pocket value area low, you still have this headwind to get through before finally seeing that POC and potentially that value area high. But simply put, you are getting, right? You are getting your sauce can confirmation. So what could that be signaling? Well, let's grab our trend line, right? You clearly have lower lows on your price action, which you don't even have to draw anymore because our indicator literally does it for you. But, you have your higher lows on your momentum waves. Your money flow is starting to trend up here, right? So not the worst signal ever. And this could indicate a strong bottom to come in. However, you don't want to long into resistance. Like the confirmation, like this is kind of similar to the Bitcoin trade where I got into the trade here and it happened to play out, right? So now I'm in a good position. But really what you want to do, in my opinion, at this point, you don't want to short this close to resistance. So I would actually rather get a break above the value area low and potentially long a retest of that value area low. But simply put, this is kind of the journey that you're looking to go on is to get, probably hit your head on the value area low. But once you flip that 786, you're looking to maybe fill the rest of that range up to your value area high, which I would be very, very careful once you get up there because it's a key level of resistance. And if we come up to the higher time frames, daily money flow has crossed over into the red, right? So this is looking very similar to what a lot of the other coins are looking like, right? But this is a little bit ahead of the time here. We got the crossover into the red. VWAP starting to roll over here, so I would be careful. But these are definitely the key levels of resistance I would be looking at, and I wouldn't really be interested in a long if I didn't get in down here. I'd be sitting on my hands, and I would rather wait for a break above the value area and then a retest, and then long that retest, right? That's kind of what I would be looking at. And, I mean, if you pull your fib from here, say, I mean, yeah, kind of hard to say. You can't really predict that, but I would wait for a long I would wait to get a retest that value area low. And shout out to Boots, man, crushing the super chats today. I do appreciate you, bro. He said he had great calves, not as good as yours though. Shout out to Boots. Your little gerbil just working out those tiny little calves. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got. Oh wait, hang on. Somebody said Bitcoin daily close here. Let's see. 4 minutes. Well, actually, I'll tell you this. I'm not going to pull up the chart because I already got the screen. I already changed the screen. But I will say this. A daily close above the daily level at 43.1 would be bullish in my opinion. But again, remember, guys, simply looking at the volume profile, right? Like if anyone's confused, right, just remember, when in doubt, look at your volume profile. We're at the low, approaching the POC and the high. This will be local resistance. If we break this, looking at that golden pocket 786 above. If you don't know what levels I'm talking about, go hit the beginning of the live stream and get those key levels on your chart because you definitely got to be paying attention to them. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we get a cool off. Maybe we hit that value area high. I will be holding my long, and I might take profit where we're at right now when we get off the stream. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Smash that like button if you found the content useful or valuable in any way, shape, or form, or if you like puppies or babies, just go ahead and smash that like button and let us know your support for the little bambinos and the little pupperoonies. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you guys for real. I'm lucky to have a community as strong and supportive as you guys, and I genuinely feel lucky to have you guys. So thank you all for making this possible and letting me come up here every single day to hang out and do what I love to do every single day with some of the coolest people on earth that I never knew I would even get a chance to be around, or digitally, kind of. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Shout out to the Mafia. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And whoo. Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Woo. Watch how I set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch how I get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare, I'm a line, but the winner about the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. Better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time? Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and read it, you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep.
Cut it, guys, seriously, can we be real for a second? Nobody clipped that. Thank God I was off camera. Nobody clipped that. I was not practicing my twerk. I was not, and that, shout out to and guys, can we be real? I know I get clipped up a lot. Let's keep this one between us. Let's keep it between us. We don't need anybody knowing that I have a secret talent, or that sometimes I get on my hands and I get on my handstand and like to twerk it for a real one. But let's keep it secret, guys. For real. Whoo, God, I'm turning red. I gotta get out of here, guys, and erase this. Erase everything. Tony D, let's delete this live stream. We gotta get it off here. With all that being said, Mafia, I love each and every single one of you. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Good to see you in here, bro. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. You know the rest. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the